promise you, today we will be making our basic Christmas turkey stuffing. Nothing fancy, just basic one, the version anyone can do. So you need some celery. You need some onions, depending on how much you want to make, how big your family, the party it will be that you're expecting. So celery, onions. We need some black pepper, some unsalted butter, a little bit of salt, chicken stocking or chicken broth, as you whatever you want to call it. Just one of these because each one is good for I think 1 liter, not sure. And then the croutons. This is a story on itself because this is not the usual ingredient that probably, I don't know, you grew up with your mother or grandpa or grandma, whatever, who's cooking. This is not what you saw them using. The croutons, the natural croutons, as you call them, the soup croutons. But just to make it easy on yourself, because remember, you guys, this is supposed to be an easy recipe. If you want to go out and do, impress everybody and, put in the extra mile and all that, then what you can do is just get a normal, regular bread, white bread, just cut it in pieces and then put it in the oven till it dries a little bit. Sprinkle it with a little bit of water and then put it in the oven till it dries a little bit. Not too long, it just needs to be a little bit dry, that's all, a little bit crispy, but not too crispy, because remember, it needs to be soaked and eventually go in the turkey. So don't burn all the moist out of it. So you can do that, but just to make it easy on yourself, because why go through all that trouble just to make the bread crispy and dry when you can buy it like this in the shape of croutons. So that's why for you guys I got today this option, the croutons, which will be substituting what normally would be the bread, right? That's it, easy squeezy, simple recipe, simple ingredients. So let's start. Well, we're gonna melt the butter. I know it looks like a lot of butter, but remember, there's not a lot of seasoning going on other than the chicken broth we'll be making, some pepper and the salt. Not a lot of seasoning. This is it. So we're gonna melt the butter. Something like this. I don't know. Just don't be too cautious with butter for this recipe in particular. Something like this. We're gonna melt it, and when the butter is melted, then we're gonna add the celery that we chopped up. Look. Together with the onion. Again, the amount of celery and onion depends on how much stuffing will you be making. So I'm gonna wait for the butter to melt.
And now for the stuffing.
And now the stuffing. So the butter is melted. Okay, you guys, although I know I said don't be too shy on the butter, but no, don't make it too crazy. So, right, adding the onion and the celery. Like this. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. That is, if your butter is unsalted. If your butter is salted, then you probably just leave it as it is. Butter. So, just cook it down. Just keep.
Your butter unsalted?
Keep. Oh yeah, our butter. No, our butter is salted.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot to bring the unsalted one.
What do you know?
So, yeah. Like I said, cook it down till it becomes a little bit soft, and then we'll continue. But you will be this will stay on the fire for about 5 or 6 minutes. See you in a bit. Use your time wisely. So in the meantime, while this is cooking, we're gonna be making the chicken stocking with chicken broth. 2 cubes per 1 liter, at least the kind of cubes we have here in Holland. But always check your own instruction on whatever kind you got. So yeah, meanwhile, while this is cooking, I'm gonna make the chicken broth. So it's halfway there. We're gonna add a little bit of black pepper. Just leave it in there. It's to be soft. If you think it's taking too long and the celery is still a little bit hard, then add the lid on. That's always the one solution you can go to make whatever you need soft in your pan. Put the lid on and it will become soft no matter what. Now that everything is soft, we're gonna start adding the croutons. Remember, if you don't have the croutons, just make your own dry bread. Just buy white bread, you know, the regular, cut it in pieces, put it in the oven. Don't make it too crispy, too dry. You really don't need to dry it out that much. Just a little bit. When it becomes crispy, take it out and then you're good to go. But like I said, we're trying to keep it easy on ourselves. So I got the croutons. How much croutons we throw it away? Yeah, one way. How much croutons we're adding in there depends on how soaked you like it. So add while you're checking whether it's still a little bit wet or not, the way you like it. Because I know me and Mike love the stuffing. Look, it's the same thing, potato, potato. You can go the long way, or you can just keep it easy on yourself and use the croutons. Remember, don't use croutons with flavor, just the plain ones, because I don't know what kind of flavor will be in there. But yeah, so I ended up using 75 grams, and then 3 of these bags. Each bag is 75 grams. So I used 3 times that amount.
225 grams.
225 grams, and about 3 medium-sized onions and 2 branches.
What?
Yeah, 2 branches of celery.
And let me guess.
Yeah. No
three
garlic.
3 whole garlic.
No garlic for this one. No garlic, just pepper and a little bit of salt and the butter, like we started. All right, so there it is. The chicken broth is ready. Again, how much chicken broth depends on how soaked you like it to be. Do you like soft stuffing or somewhere in the middle? I think we like it somewhere in the middle. So keep checking while you're pouring the chicken broth in there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Have it? I've been told this is the classic American recipe that your grandparents,
Don't do that.
an American, that your grandparents used to make before you guys discovered all the, you know, the ones that you can pour out of a can or a package nowadays. So I'm gonna taste it, have Mike taste it, and then put the lid on it because I do like the stuffing to be a little bit soft, to be a little mushy.
I like it a bit harder.
Like a bit harder.
Yeah.
So we'll go for the middle.
Yeah.
That was it, you guys. Look, I promised you the stuffing is really easy if you want a classic. I'm not going to put it, because you need to put it from this point, you need to put it in the oven just to get a little bit of a crust. I'm not going to do it yet, but I'm just happy that this is out of the way. So I'm gonna pour it in one of these bowls that I have here on the side. Leave it in there until the turkey is finished, which will be about, I don't know, 2 or maybe 3 hours. Then when the turkey is finished, you need to let it rest a little bit, between 15 and 20 minutes. That's the time I will be using for this, to put it in the oven, because I want everything to be fresh when we, when you serve it.
When the guests arrive.
When the guests arrive. Right. Put it aside, put a, I don't know, a lid on it or a little plate that fits this.
Put a ring on it.
Remember, don't get rid of your chicken broth yet, because this will dry up. Like I said, the turkey. By the way, you guys, a little funny thing.
What?
I got the turkey from a turkey butcher. How about that?
Turkish.
From a Turkish butcher, yeah.
Turkish.
A Turkish butcher. That's who sold me the turkey. That was funny, and it's a true story. So again, set this aside. Keep the chicken broth, because we will need to soak this a little bit after 3 hours when we will be putting it in the oven, like I told you. But by then it will dry. It will be a little bit dried out. So yeah. There it is, our tiny apartment tied up. If it's not like this, it drives us crazy. And that goes for me and Mike. We both need to have everything tied up, even though our apartment is tiny. It really needs to be tied up. No loose objects, nothing. Of course, when the cats like to play, we just let them, go ahead and do their crazy stuff. But we always need to come back and tie up everything. And a little mini tour, literally, because it's a mini place. This is our place, you guys. That's why we can't have guests. We just can't, not because we don't want to, but we can't. There is no it's practically impossible to have guests here over, staying with us. But yeah, just a tiny apartment. See, with 2 tiny little cats. Otherwise, they won't fit in here. They're so cute. You guys are so cute. You guys are so cute. Cuties. Yeah, so this is it. Just a tiny mini tour, you guys. That's the bedroom. It's tiny space. So yeah. See? I know some of you say that it kind of looks bigger in the video, but maybe that's only because you see parts of it in different videos. But yeah, as a whole, this is it, and it's really tiny, but it is super cozy. Everyone that comes here just love how cozy it is and the energy that's around here. We have Mary Jo and Eric, two sweet American couple down here that you know, babysit our cats when we're gone, and they're always so sweet. They're like, oh, you guys, we just love the place. It's really like a little spot to come up and relax here while you're gone, and you know, I just love those guys. But yeah, so it's tiny but good energy floating around here, and that's it, you guys. That's it. Hope you like it. And then an amazing view. We really feel blessed. Amazing view that we have here. Yeah, always love to hang here on this spot, to sit here, and usually whenever I sit there, Bagheera jumps up and likes to cuddle. So this is for both of them, but it's usually Bagheera that ends up there. Well, maybe not really. I don't know, maybe both of them love that spot. But yeah, it's usually Bagheera that loves to sit there whenever I sit there and cuddle with me. So it's tiny, but it's cozy. Yes, cozy is the word, and cozy is really important to us. One of you said that, you know, you noticed that I use the word cozy to just indicate that something is nice. Yeah, cozy is really important. I'd rather have cozy than fancy. If I can choose between the two, then I choose over and over again for cozy than fancy. So yeah, there it is.